In this presentation, we will learn about the next derived quantity, volume. We learned how to find the area, the two-dimensional quantity for the two-dimensional shapes like rectangle, circle and a square. So the area of a triangle, the two-dimensional quantity area of a triangle is given by the formula half into base into its height. That is 1 by 2 into the base length, the base of a triangle into its height will give you the area of a triangle. So we can also use L into B to find the area, which is a two-dimensional quantity for a rectangle, and pi r square to find the area of a circle. And for the other figures, the same way we can use the respective formulas, which you will learn it in your higher classes. So we also have a one-dimensional quantity that you can measure for these two-dimensional shapes. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it is the perimeter, which is nothing but the sum of all the sides of all these 2D shapes. If you are just going to add length plus breadth plus length plus breadth, that is 2 into L plus B, we will get the perimeter of a rectangle. So perimeter is a one-dimensional quantity that you can also measure for these two-dimensional figures. Now let us consider the three-dimensional objects, cuboid, which is nothing but an extended height which is added. The third dimension height is included for these 2D so that it becomes a three-dimensional object. So a triangle where you have, if you have a height extended, becomes a triangular prism. Similarly, a rectangle becomes a cuboid, a 3D figure by just an extended height. So let us learn how to find the volume of these 3D shapes, before which we will differentiate what a volume is and how it is different from area. So area is nothing but the measure of the space which is within the two-dimensional object, whereas the volume is a measure of the space which is within the three-dimensional object, the space or the capacity. So how to define it properly? So volume is nothing but the space occupied by a 3D object, or it is a capacity that object, a three-dimensional object can hold. Suppose if it is a hollow cylinder, the volume of it is nothing but the capacity that it can hold. Suppose if it is a solid one, it is the space that it can occupy is given by the term volume. So how do we define it? So how do we derive the formula of it? So we know that the two-dimensional quantity is area and the extended height gives the three-dimensional quantity. It becomes a three-dimension because of the height which is extended. So the formula is nothing but the base area multiplied by its height, which gives you the capacity or the volume of the three-dimensional object. So what can be its unit? Definitely it is meter square into its meter, which is the SI unit of the volume. So what is meter square into meter? Again it becomes meter to the power 3, which is cubic meter. So we have the SI unit of volume, which is nothing but cubic meter. So we have cubed unit. Suppose if you measure in centimeter, the base area will be in centimeter square into again a centimeter will give you cubic centimeter. So what is the general formula of volume? It is nothing but the base area into its height. Now let us consider a cuboid where the base is a rectangle. So the base area is multiplied as length into breadth, and then the extended height is also multiplied to get its volume. So the volume of this cuboid is length into breadth into height, which can be read as LBH, or length into width into height, which is L into W into H, which is LWH or LBH. Now let us consider a cube where all the sides are equal. So the base is a square. So the base area is S into S square. And it is again multiplied by another S, which is the height, to find its volume, so that it becomes a three-dimensional quantity volume. So S into S into S will give you S cube. So the volume of cube is given by the formula S cube. So let us consider an example, do a problem where the side is 3 centimeter. Just substituting the value 3 in S. So 3 centimeter to the power 3 becomes 3 centimeter into 3 centimeter into 3 centimeter. So into can also be represented with a dot. So 3 into 3 into 3 will give you 27, and centimeter into centimeter into centimeter will give you centimeter to the power 3, which can also be read as centimeter cube or cubic centimeter. Now let us consider the cylinder where the base is a circle. So we know that the base area is pi r square. So the extended height is also multiplied to get its volume or the capacity. So pi r square into its height will give you the volume of a cylinder. So volume of a cylinder is base area into height. So what is base? It is the circle. So area of the circle into height will give you pi r square h. So volume of cylinder is given by the formula pi r square h, whereas the volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h, which you will learn in your higher classes. So let us solve a problem by using the formula pi r square h, where we have a cylinder with a height of 5 centimeter and the radius of the base, which is a circle, is 3 centimeter. So pi is just written as pi. R square, we just substitute 3 centimeter, 3 to the power 2 into height, which is 5 centimeter. So pi again we write here, 3 square is 9 into 5, which is his height. 9 into 5 is 45 into pi can be written as 45 pi. Centimeter into centimeter will give you cubic centimeter. So you can either write as 45 pi cubic centimeter, or you can multiply 3.14 by substituting the value of pi, and then you can get the value as 141.37 cubic centimeter. Please do this problem later in your paper. The next, let us consider a circle. You just have to remember this formula. The derivation you will learn in your higher classes. The volume of a sphere is given by the formula 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius of the sphere. So I repeat the formula: 4 by 3 into pi into r into r into r. So I repeat the formula. It is 4 by 3 pi r cube, which is the volume of a sphere. Now let us solve a problem using this formula. Volume of a sphere with a radius 10 centimeter. So 4 by 3 pi is written as 3.14. R cube is 10 to the power of 3. So 10 to the power of 3 is 1000. So 4 into 3.14 into 1000 divided by 3 will give you the value 4186.66 cubic centimeter. Since we have the radius in centimeter, so we express it as cubic centimeter. So if you have an irregular solid which does not have a proper geometric shape, we should use an overflow jar or a measuring cylinder to find its volume, since you cannot use a formula. So which we have learned last year. Hope you remember. So we have to just take a measuring jar with a particular level of water, note its initial level, and then drop the stone and note its final level. Definitely there will be an increase, and the increase in the water level. So 300 minus 200, which gives you 100 cubic centimeter, is the volume of the stone which is immersed. You can also use an overflow jar to find the volume of the solid immersed. So when you just immerse it, before which you have to take water till the spout, the mouth of the spout, and then after immersing, since this occupies space, this will displace water equal to the volume of the stone. So the displaced liquid volume will be equal to the volume of the stone. So here it is 30 cc. So 30 cubic centimeter is the volume of the stone which is immersed into this beaker, which is called as overflow jar. And the principle which is used here is Archimedes principle. So let us complete the assignment and hope you follow. Thank you.